Alright, so let's get to part 2 of packing my lunch as Brianna joins for the day. And if I can find my cord. It's over here. I have the cord. I have the cord. I'm gonna plug that in. Okay, we're gonna plug that in. And because I don't know where the oil catching tray is to this, I'm going to put a bowl there instead. Alright, not the bowl that I was looking for, but this is sometimes the bowl that I pack my sandwich in, but I usually do that in like April and May. I pack my sandwich in another bowl for November. I can't find that one. I can't find that November bowl. I can find the lid. That's the lid to the November bowl, but that's not the November bowl. Oh. November bowl dirty in the sink. Just oil that up just a little bit. Just a little. And with this flat top situation, I can cook everything at once instead of waiting. So I'm gonna start off by putting the hot dogs on. Okay. Start off by putting the hot dogs on. And I normally use a knife, but I'm using a spoon to crack the eggs today. I normally naturally use a knife, but I'm using a spoon. Then just pour the eggs right there. Okay. All right. Oh, that. This is what I'm looking for. That. Just gonna use this to put the hot dogs so that they warm up and cook nicely. This usually carries me through a whole entire day. I normally start at 11 a.m. I am usually done by 3 p.m. And usually I'm eating the sandwich for dinner. Because when I'm done all of this, I don't want to cook nothing. I don't want to cook a thing when I'm done filing that. So I'm just going to let that do what it does. And I'll probably end up having the sandwich for dinner. But I'll bring it with me just in That's not what I was looking for, but that's what it wants to give me, which is scrambled eggs, and I did not want scrambled eggs, but okay. me is when I'm prepping for the birthday in the form of pre-prepping my meals to eat. It just basically says, bitch, your ass ain't going nowhere. That's basically what it says. Your ass is not going nowhere. It means I'm busy logging and filing, logging and filing. That's what that means. I'm not leaving to go nowhere. Alright, so even though that's not what I wanted, but that's what I got, I'm alright because I'll still be able to eat that. I'll still be able to eat it. I just wanted a sandwich egg, not scrambled. But it's telling me what to do. Alright, and that is that. Yeah. Take that and put that in the bowl. Okay. So that is that right there. Now, for the next portion of this, I am just going to take a plate. I'm just going to take a plate, butter the bread, cheese the bread, and have me a sandwich. Butter the bread, cheese the bread, have me a sandwich. Butter the bread, cheese the bread, have me a sandwich. Alright, so let's butter the bread and cheese the bread. Okay. And I'm going to double cheese, especially if I get scrambled eggs. I usually double cheese my bread. So, double cheese and double cheese. Okay, then I'm just going to cut that in half, and I'm going to do it like so, and that's how I plate my sandwich. So I have my hot dogs, I have a cheese sandwich, and I have scrambled eggs. I do it like that. And then even though it's not the container, the term is correct for this container, which is lock and load. Lock and load. Lock and load is what these types of containers are called. Lock and load, and these containers have a seal on them. You know how when you buy the sauce bottles at the store, these containers have that seal where you lock it. It seals in with heat, and sometimes with cold it seals it in and it pulls the pressure on the lid of the container, and the lid will literally be sealed completely to the point where I have to use a knife in order to pry it open. So these containers are excellent, even though it's not the right time frame for it, but they're excellent for that, and that's why they're called lock and load containers. So this is part 2. All right, this is part 2 of how I prep for my day. So part 1, dry cereal. Part 2, a sandwich. A sandwich trifecta, basically. Egg, hot dogs or sausage, and a sandwich. So it's a trifecta situation. And now we're going to go into part 3, which is seasoning the meat and letting that marinate for a little bit before it goes in the oven. I'm usually baking my meat in the oven when I am portraying the role as Rihanna Janice on YouTube. I usually oven bake. So that's it for part 2. This is part 1. This is part 2. The oven bake process is coming up in a part 3 and part 4. Stay tuned for that.